Yeah, so welcome everyone to our session on n8n. Yeah, first of all, sorry about the acoustic of the room. It's not the best here, but yeah, my headphones aren't working anymore, so the room is basically empty. I hope you can hear more or less good what I'm saying. Thank you all for being here. I was supposed to give the presentation a while ago, but I had to postpone because I was sick. And as often happens when you talk about AI, if you wait even just a few weeks, things can already start to feel a bit obvious. But I hope I can still share something new with you. In the next hour, we'll try to explore some examples that I prepared on how n8n can help you to streamline your workflows. And what we will talk will be basically what you see in this slide. So we'll be covering some of the let's say the key features on n8n. We'll start with the introduction, and we'll go to the core concept of how workflow works. And next, we will work through 6 different examples to see n8n in action. Some of these we will try to do some of these examples together, and also I will just show you how different workflow will work. Next, we will talk about how we can fine-tune an AI agent, and at the end we will talk about NCP servers and looking together more complex example of a working workflow with Slack and a calendar assistant. So let's start with what is n8n. So as you can read from the slide, is an open source workflow automation tool that allows you to build these automated workflows. It has a visual node-based editor that lets you essentially drag and drop and connect functional blocks together without writing code. You can even write code if you want, but in general, most of the most simple things you can do without really writing scripts or code. You can run n8n in your own infrastructure, and or you can choose for the hosted cloud solution. Obviously, all the hosted cloud solution have a price. You have to pay them, but in general, this is probably one of the great things about n8n that makes it different from Zapier or Make, that are alternatives of this tool. For sure, probably on Zapier you have more integration, but the thing that the fact that you can use n8n without being restricted, yeah, that's I think a good point to choose this tool. Going next to the core concept of this tool, we can see in the left side an example of workflow. And in the right side, we have some of the core concept of this workflow. So first of all, we have the trigger. It's I know it's a bit obvious, but yeah, the trigger is it's the event that kicks off the workflow. It could be a webhook, a schedule, or a message received. In this case, is a message received. So we send a message that triggers our workflow. Next, we have the node. The node is a single task. In this case, even the AI agent here is a node. And yeah, it takes the input and performs some actions and produce an output that can be passed to another node. Next, we have the connections. These are the connections. So the connections between the nodes represents the flow of all the data on this workflow. And the execution, that is like the execution is the run of the full workflow with real data. On the execution, we can also see logs, informations about timing and results, and more importantly, we have also the possibility to visually see the order of our nodes in the execution. So especially in the AI components, where it's the AI that decides the order, it is a pretty important thing. So next we will start with our first example. It's a pretty simple one, and again, it could be done even simpler with n8n, but it's good. It's something good to do, just to try understanding how the this workflow works, and yeah, it's something that we can do together. Now I will open the working one. This is a working workflow, and we will try replicating the same things here. In this example, we are trying to create, let's say, an API endpoint that starting from a webhook, it decides based on the information that we have as an input. In this case, the input will be the role. It decides if we have to respond with welcome admin of hello user. Now, this is n8n. As you can see, here we have our workflow, and we can start. As I said before, the first thing is a trigger. So we can decide for all triggers. In this case, we need a workflow. And this is our workflow. And on this workflow, we have different options here related to what kind of what we will do. In this case, we'll do a post. We can change the path to something friendly, like hello n8n. And as you can see, after changing the path here, I also have the URL that changed, and I have two different URLs, the test one and the production one. We are testing, so that's what we will do. So we start with the test URL. The workflow can be active or inactive. If it's active, obviously we'll use the production one, and it will be activated. Sorry. If it's not active, we have to use this one. Now that we have our workflow here ready, I can already start tracking some logs from this workflow. We need this because starting from, as I said before, from the input, we will try to pass starting from the output from the workflow, we start to build our next steps. And to do that, we can just listen to a test event. Obviously, I've already prepared the code here. Here is before I was testing it. And I'm passing here just two params, name and role. And here you can see that I have my two params, Rainer and role admin. Now next, as you were saying, we have to decide about this role. Yeah, if we have to say hello, welcome admin, or hello user. To do that, we can just create another node. We have a lot of nodes here that we can create or use. As you can see, there are a lot of integrations that we can use. So we can take the information from this output and we can do whatever we want, basically. In this case, I need an if. And in this if, we have the usual two conditions that we have, the conditions that we have to put together with the value 1 and 2. And this is, yeah, Andrea?
Is the preview available just because you already tried it, right? If you didn't try it, how did it know the body?
Yeah, you have to know it before. I mean, if I haven't tried it, I have to know that in my body I have the role. So in that case, I have to write here what this thing. So I have to write json.body.role. So I have to do this like that.
Okay, since you tried it, it is able to show you a preview and you can drag and drop.
It's simple to use.
Okay.
If you try it, you have this possibility about drag and dropping. I mean, about the simple task. It's great. Even if maybe if you have some more complex structure, it's even difficult to try. I mean, at least for me, it's difficult to put together.
Yeah, I see. Drag and drop, it's easier for sure.
Yeah. So as I was saying here, I'm putting here the role, and I'm saying the role needs to be equal to admin. And now I have two conditions, the true and the false one, and I can add. I can essentially add my response, but before adding my response, I have to transform this input. So I know that my role is admin, and there is another type of node that can help us with that. I can execute the previous node here just to see the details. Here again, I have the details about the response of the if, and I can set like a new parent. My parent will be the message that is a string, and but in this case, I know that I'm in the true condition, so I can just say welcome admin, and this is my admin response. I have to do the same here for the, I just copy paste it for the user, and here I will say hello user. I can connect this in this way, simple as that. And now I have to respond to my webhook. In this case, this will not produce nothing because I'm not responding to my webhook. And to do that, we have obviously another node that is respond to webhook. Here I have the possibility of responding with something. In our case, we want to respond with a text, and our text will come from the admin. Just to test it, we can maybe try running it again, and this will not work because I forgot here on the setting of the webhook to set the response type that will be using that needs to use a response to webhook node. These are all small things that after you master these things, you are able to use this workflow in a more simple way. I forgot here to connect even the user output to my response to webhook. So we will have a webhook. If we decide what of this output will produce, and this output will be passed to the response to webhook that will display us to our response. And here we have the response body. I didn't included nothing here because we have to execute the a node to first have something real to use, or I mean, I can even write directly the field. And this is not working again for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see together. Respond to text. Yeah, that's correct. Probably because I forgot to save. I have to save first. No, the request is not registered, but I've changed it here. Yes, I did. What I can do, I can try to activate it. That's why I've already prepared the working example in case. So now I've executed again it, but in an active mode. And here I hope I can see something. No, here, yes, but the message is my field. So I will try just to pass here my message and see what happens. In case it's not working, we will just use my example. Let's try it again. Okay, so now this is not working because of some reason that I don't have time here to to look with you. But we can try using my working example. So I will deactivate this and go here to this example and grab my my URL again here and try testing this together. Let's try again. Okay, this is not working because I've created 2 times the same path, and yeah, that's why probably it doesn't want to work. Sorry about that. Even the simple example is not possible to do with n8n. This is not a good sponsor for this tool. Anyway, this was supposed to give you the welcome admin or user hello user at the end. It was the simplest example that I had today, but yeah, I think we can just go next. Going next, we'll try another one that it's again pretty simple example of workflow, but this time we use a chat trigger. So this chat trigger is just something that we obviously write, and we will transform a game or content that comes from the chat, and we will respond to the chat. Again, I have a ready-to-use example. Hopefully it will work. In this case, what I did is just creating this when chat message received. I set up the response mode to using response nodes because we have a response nodes here. And I put it here together a set that will create a new field, reply, that is a string, and we'll say, you say JSON.chat input. So we'll take our input and just add you say it. We can try it. And as you can see here in the logs, we'll have the steps related to what we did. We can even see the executions, and for each execution that I did, you can see whenever, yeah, we can see all the steps. Yeah, that was just a simple thing that I wanted to show you before going to before introducing you to the agent node. So here I've obviously already prepared another example about the agent, and I wanted really quickly, I wanted to talk about the two different type of agent that we can set up. As you can read from the slide, we are comparing two different approaches, a stateless agent or a stateful agent, and it's a pretty simple thing. Essentially, the stateless agents use each prompt independently, so with no memory. So we don't know what the user asked before, so we don't have a history of the messages, and it's simple to implement. And in contrast, we have the stateful agents that use the memory node. So we have a memory. So like on ChatGPT, when we ask something, and ChatGPT knows what we asked maybe before and can reply you differently. This obviously allows to a more natural conversation, but require more complex state management depending on what you need. In our case, no, because we are talking with this AI agent directly from the chat. But imagine if you have to manage maybe different users, and based on the different users, maybe they have different chat history, and you want to reply differently to this user. In that case, maybe it will be a bit more difficult. After I said that, maybe we can take a look on this example, and we can even try. Here is the same example as before. The only thing that changes is that here I have an AI agent, and on this AI agent I attached a chat model and a memory. We can even remove this, and I can show you how to do that, but it's pretty simple. I can attach my model. We have different type of models that I can attach. In this case, OpenAI, because I already have configured my OpenAI account here. And by the way, you can configure all the credentials of your services on your project, and you can reuse these whenever you need in your node. And we can attach a memory or no. Just to let you see this thing, but I know it's obvious, but I wanted to show you this, that if I don't have a memory and I say, hey, my name is Rainer, and I ask what's my name, he don't know. Yeah, the AI agent don't know what's my name. But if I had a memory, we can add even Postgres memory, Redis. In this case, we will just use a simple one that it's pretty simple, and you can choose a Windows length, so how many messages you want to save. 5 is fine in this case. And if I try again, okay, Rainer, and I say, what's my name? As you can see, it will verify your name is Rainer. And here we have all the interaction that the agent had with my operation. So we had two interactions with a simple memory, one probably because of the loading of the memory, but this one is important because it's saving the content of the input. And then we have the response. Now, talking about the AI agent, we look at how to set a chat model, a memory, but we have also a lot of settings that we can do with the agent themselves. Here are the settings related to this agent, and we can add different information. One of the most important one is the system message. Talking about the system message is like it's the specialization of our assistant or agent. In this case, there is a simple message, but we can, as I said, specialize our AI agent in the way that we want. For example, here I can say that you are a flower specialist, and maybe you have to answer only questions about flowers. By doing that, in this way, if I ask again, maybe here I can ask, what can you do for me? Now that the agent have a specialization, it will reply me with, as a flower specialist, I can help you with information about different types of flowers. And yeah, that's just a small example of how you can specialize an AI agent. You can even attach multiple agents that can work, let's say, together with different specializations. So maybe one can produce a content for, I don't know, for a LinkedIn post. There is another one specialized on correcting the errors, another one related to giving feedbacks, and they can go back in loop until they find a solution together. So yeah, that was the simple example of AI agent that I wanted to show you. Going next, I want to talk about something that is not related to n8n specifically. It's something that we already covered even in some of the sessions that we do every Friday on our AI user group meeting. And it's related to two specific params that you can set up in your model. Again, it's not related to n8n. I want just to show you how simple it is to manage this kind of params on n8n, but it's more related to all the models. But you can set these things so in a simple way in your models. For example, when you ask things on your chat, usually these are things that are already set up in commercial chat, I would say. So talking about these params, the temperature and the top P are the params that you can use to fine-tune the creativity of your model. The temperature, as you can read, controls the randomness. So with a low temperature, we have predictable output, but also repetitive output. With a higher one, we have more random things, let's say. As you can see, even from the example, we have here some pretty basic name of a coffee shop, and here we have some creative names. About the top P, it's a bit more difficult to explain, but essentially you can, with the top P, you can control the pool size of the word that the model will use. It's again from 0.1 to 1.0, and 0.3, for example, is 30% of the most likely word. So in this case, if I say describe the sky and I give only the 30% of all the most likely words to describe the sky, it will give me probably an output like the sky is blue. If I give the full probability distribution, it will give me something more complex, or not more complex, but yeah, something with different words and more difficult, let's say, to think. These params, as I was saying, you can be pretty simply managed in my AI, in my agent. Not in my agent, but in my model. In the properties, so in the properties, I can set up these pretty quickly. The top P, the temperature, and even also things like the number the maximum retries about something, the timeouts, and things like that. Saying that, one of the last thing I wanted to leave you is this small, this slide related to some data that I found online that I tried, and to me seems fine as a base overview when you start fine-tuning your model. So yeah, as you can see, depending on the type of thing that you want to do, you can set up with higher or lower mode these two parts. Yeah, that's it about this thing. I think we can go next. Going next, we'll start talking about the agents, but about the tool part. So now that we know how to create an agent and how to interact with this agent, we can even give to this one some tools that can use to perform some operations. And that's exactly what I want to show you. So yeah, here there is an explanation about the system message that we already talked about, and about the fact that we can add some operations, so some tools attached to our AI agent, and each of these operations essentially is an API call. But we can talk with our model let's say in a user-friendly message, and the model can decide what tool to use. In my example here, we have the same, more or less the same result as before. So we have a pretty similar example. So again, with the same model, with the same memory, with the same chat. The only difference is that I attached some tools. These are not tools that I did in a complicated way. I just used the ready-to-use events that I have here, the ready-to-use tools that I have here. So, for example, for Google Calendar, I have my set of tools that I can use, and I can add a new one. So this is a new one here. And for this new tool, I can set my credentials and set the event and the operation, sorry, my calendar, because that is something that can take from my account, and the start and end date that are mandatory for the create. And the cool thing here is that, yes, I can set my start and end date in a programmatic way, but I can even decide to say, hey, you know what? These are things that you can ask to the model. So I can even say these things are data that you can fetch directly from the information that the agent will give you. And that's pretty cool. I mean, you can even add also additional fields related to the event. And that's exactly what I did here from all these. So for example, for the search, as you can see, I said that all the things will be defined by the model. For the create, something similar, but I had to do this thing. When you need some specific param, you can ask the AI to give you a specific param and describe it in this way. But in general, it works very well. And it's something that, again, you can do in a pretty simple way. And now that we have this, and we have even a system message, a pretty simple system message related to our agent that is a professional but friendly calendar assistant, blah, blah, blah. We also give to the agent the current date time. These are things that you have to remember. because I have to know the current data every time before doing any operation. I can ask, for example, to create, I don't know, create a meeting at 3 p.m. with Paolo. And I hope it will use, yeah, it used the create event and created my meeting. Here is the link related to my new meeting that is created. And here it is. So, yeah, this is the first example about how to use the agent with tools. Yeah.
There is not an output node. Like we have just tools. So if you ask something that is not related to the calendar, what happens?
Something that is not related to calendar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not flowers.
Yeah, we can ask something. It will like not reply us probably in a yeah, it will probably take information from the system message and say, hey, you know what, I'm not really specialized about this thing, but I don't know, probably we'll try to reply. We can try like to explain I don't know which flowers bloom in each season. Yeah, it's working, but again, this is working because of the small system message that we give. We have like to say, hey, you don't have to reply to anything else that the calendar assistant says.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can try again maybe later if we have time with another example when I did like a better system message. So going to another topic, now that we had the chance to look the tools attached to an agent, we can try to understand what an MCP service is in a simple way. As you can read here, yeah, it's an API bridge that allows AI agents to directly interact with these tools. But the cool thing is that you can make these servers, these MCP servers, reusable for different, in this case, different workflows. And to give you an idea, it's like what we already did, but just by moving the tools outside our AI agent. So we just attached one tool. We are calling this tool calendar, and this is our client. And here we have our server that is an MCP server. So I just say it here, MCP server, and I created my MCP server that is like it's like a workflow, and I attached the same tool to this server. To connect these two, but I can connect this workflow even in external workflow just with my URL. So I just copied the URL of my MCP server and pass it here to the endpoint of the client. And in this way, again, I was able to create my own MCP server directly in here. And if we try again pretty quickly, because we are running out of time, I can ask this again a question, and as you can see, it will go directly to the calendar and call in a separate way my my server. If we see on the executions, we will have two different executions, one related to the first workflow, so this one, and you can see that will call my calendar, and after this is calling my calendar, it will run a second workflow that is completely separate to the first one. And yeah, that's basically a small example of MCP server on n8n. Going next, we will see a more complex example of integration. It's not so complex. You can do really. I had the chance to see some pretty complex one, maybe even too complex for n8n. But yeah, this is one example that I prepared with the same structure as before with an MCP server, but instead of having chat input, we will have a Slack input. And here it is. Okay, so pretty similar as before. The difference is that here at the end of the agent, we have to send a message to Slack. So what I did is like, reusing the same structure as before, but I set it up here a Slack account with an application created on Slack, and I set the channel to watch, the way that we will use to trigger this workflow from Slack, and we will send. This will produce a message that we will send at the end. The message could also be like a simple message. I did this in this way. Without explaining too much, it's a way that you can use to make the output Markdown compatible, so that we don't see strange things on Slack. And yeah, that's pretty much it about this part. Here, as I said before, I've included a more complex system message. And yeah, so here we can see some example related to each event, and I also added another thing that is a sync node attached to the tool. This is not really needed here, was just to make you aware that we have this kind of things. So we can add the sync node that is just an extra message that you can add to your tool set. And here you can just explain to the AI that you have these tools available. So you can like say, hey, you have this calendar MCP, but you also have, I don't know, as a Gmail MCP or something else, and you have these operations that you can do. I've included most of these operations, most of these things directly on the system message, but you can do it even here if you have a complex structure. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say here. Let's try. I mean, hoping it will work. I have my my Slack workflow here, and I can try asking again to by tagging it, because as we said here, we have set up it to be mentioned at the bot, and I can ask to create a meeting with Paolo tomorrow at 10 a.m. for 30 minutes. And what I expect here is an execution. As you can see, there is an execution that is running here. Here we have all the related logs about what the workflow executed. And as we can see, we have a call to the calendar MCP server here. And I expect to have another workflow. No, yes, I hope, related to the MCP server. Let's see what produces this message. Okay, we have a response here with the title of the meeting, the attendance that I didn't specify, and this is a problem about the fact about letting the agent decide all the fields. I mean, in a real example, maybe that's not something that you will have to do. So here in the create event on the attendance, yeah, I just created attendance here, but you have to do something here to manage the emails that will come from the agent. And yeah, this probably create an event. Let's see. Yeah, again, another meeting with Paolo at 10 a.m. We can even ask about what's on my calendar tomorrow, and we'll do the same things. So, oh, no, here. We'll execute all the workflow again, and we'll produce some logs related to this workflow executed, and will give me all the events related to tomorrow. Yeah, I know it was pretty quick, but yeah, that was more or less all the examples that I wanted to show you. What we did during this presentation, again, just to try to re-explain what we did, was trying to build our own API that didn't work yet. We can try together maybe in another moment. The chat AI agent memory, so trying to work with an AI agent with memory, without memory, and with integrated tools, extracting the tools from our AI agent and transform these in an MCP server. And then we had the chance to see a Slack integration with all the things that we did. I want to say that one of the cool things about n8n, I think, is related to the rapid prototyping to build some working demos quickly. I'm not sure that in big companies it's a so useful tool. I mean, depends on the difficulty of the things that you have to do. If you have to do simple things, maybe for I had the chance to see a lot of example online related to marketing stuff or producing posts day by day related to LinkedIn posts or things like that. It would be pretty cool. Just because of the thing that I said before, that you can attach even different AI agents with different models that can communicate with each other. And you can even decide what model to use depending on what the request is. And so, yeah, you can do pretty cool things. You maybe can't do, or can do, but you have to be really aware about it. Things, maybe, I don't know, with the DB, I was trying something yesterday probably about that. For example, yeah, here related to having an agent that can do some queries for you directly on the DB and extract for you some data in a user-friendly way without writing query. It's okay, but imagine if you don't set up this correctly and you create, update, or remove table without contour. So yeah, you can do a lot of things, but by knowing that you are giving your information to an AI agent, as we tried before about Flower question, the agent is specialized on the thing, but if you didn't set up it correctly, it will result on wrong response or things that you not expect. After saying that, I want to go back on something that we did in our team retreat. I want to go back to this with you and talk about this whole project before finishing, because I think that during the hackathon, when we did this this workflow a few months ago. I don't know if you remember it. I think now that you see it again, maybe you can better understand what we did. And yeah, I want to do this slide because this was one of these moments where I was thinking like, you know what, using n8n in this context is just perfect. I mean, we, at that time, our team quickly built this workflow by taking a file from Google Drive related to your transcriptions of the stand-ups, extracting the file, passing the transcription to the agent with a specific system message that the agent elaborated and extracted like a feedback related to the meeting. And we did this in a real quick way. It was more the time related to the, we spent more time thinking about how n8n worked more than doing the workflow. So yeah, unfortunately we didn't win. I still don't quite understand why, but yeah. I think it was the best project, but anyway, that's all. Yeah, I'm in time. Yeah, wow, that's great. Let me know if you have any questions.